We are learning this morning that the Pentagon is set to axe a $500 million training program for rebels in Syria. Top military officials have admitted the program has failed to produce the kind of combat forces capable of fighting the Assad regime or ISIS. Our State Department correspondent Margaret Brennan has been following the story. She joins us now by the phone. Margaret, what do we know?
What we know is that the administration is insisting that this is just a temporary suspension. They don't want to use the word that they're ending the program. But what CBS has reported over the past few weeks is that Pentagon officials have become increasingly skeptical that they can build a fighting force of thousands of rebels that could effectively fight ISIS. The new focus is on downscaling that program and instead trying to work with some of the Syrian Kurdish groups and other effective moderate forces who are already on the ground, seeing if the U.S. can help advise and assist through embedding some small number of advisors. Those would be people who've already gone through some U.S. training, not Americans themselves.
As you mentioned, Margaret, in recent weeks or months or so, we've been hearing numerous reports about the failure of this program, and I think we learned that only 4 or 5 Syrians had actually been trained through this program. But how long has the U.S. known and the military known that this program was failing?
Look, the Syria policy has been very conflicted. The administration has both tried to hit the gas and push the brakes on at the very same time. You haven't had a lot of momentum because of this extreme amount of caution. And the president himself has said, while he authorized the $500 million program to train and equip, he didn't ever really believe in it in the first place. So there are a lot of questions about whether this was actually an effective program as structured from the start. What we know is that the U.S. in the recent weeks, since Russia has really escalated its involvement, has become increasingly concerned that any U.S. role will only be perceived as starting a proxy war in Syria, with the U.S. and Russia facing off, rather than advancing the U.S. goal of trying to push through a political solution to end a brutal conflict that has killed well over 200,000 people and made about 11 million of them homeless, scattering them through the Middle East and into Europe. The administration thinks it can manage the problem, manage those symptoms. It's unclear if that'll play out.
All right, Margaret Brennan on the phone for us. Thank you.